Well, a little bit of technical difficulties here. I think we're good. Hello, Catudios. Hi. Nice to be here with you again. As I said, I'll try to appear as much as possible. We need to get this thing back on track. So, how are you? Who do I say hello to? Don't be shy, say hello so that I can say hello back to you. And today's topic is already obviously it says right in the title of today's live stream. We're going to figure out what to do with the disaster of our destroyed cat enclosure, and of course we'll need your input and your ideas. So I don't see anybody saying hello, so I'll assume, I hope the sound is all right. Is there anybody here? I can see there's 5 people. Somebody's got to help me. Oh, hi Zoa. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming by. Actually, kitties are in. There's, I'll show you. There's, Sky's actually decided to spend time with me in the studio. So let's see what he's doing. He's sleeping. Hi Jennifer, thank you very much. Very nice to be together. I'm glad you're here, Jennifer. If you're gonna stay just a little bit longer, I want to show you, and maybe you will come up with some ideas, because of course you know your kitties so well, and you have quite a bit of experience. So we're going to talk about, probably I should show you, pictures will be better than the words, what actually we have to deal with. So I'm going to put this little slideshow for you, and what you see is what we came back to, which used to be a perfectly fine cat enclosure, but as I said, because people who rented it from us while we lived down south, they had dogs, and well, needless to say, the whole place came into a little bit of a disaster. So our plan is to completely revive this. All right, so what you see there, there's some tin on the side. Where is it? Right there. There's a tin right there. So that's was put on to actually, because there's a neighbor behind there, behind the fence, to make sure it was kind of some sort of noise barrier, right? But here's how it looks. So definitely we are taking out, we want to take out those wood planks, whatever you call it. We the question is, Papa Cat suggested, and of course we want to build it taller, much taller. So Papa Cat suggested that we're going to make it out of tin. Now my concern is that this wall right there, which you can see, it's right in the direct sun. So, and it gets pretty hot because it's kind of like a little microclimate in that area. And don't mind the dirt, you know, we're going to have to buy sod. We try to put some sod from the front yard, because you see there's a whole bunch right there. Only you right there in the corner. I disappeared out of the shot. Anyways, so yeah, thank you very much. I know. First of all, Nana-chan, welcome to the live stream. Thank you. But so, anyways, that those pieces of sod that you can see on the background, we took it from the front yard because we planted those trees, and we thought we kind of patching it up, but we realized we do need to probably hire a hoe or some, and even it all out, and then just roll the sod over. But that's the idea for the ground. Now the tree that you see right behind me, maybe not as good shot, the next one will give you an idea. What we want to do with that is we're going to create a gem for 9, and not that tree that's right directly behind me, but in the next picture hopefully there will be a better idea. So we want to create a play area, because we, as you may see, we don't have really tall trees for 9 to play with. Those trees that you can see on the background, they are outside, and they're in the backyard, our backyard, so they're outside of the enclosure. Of course, can't just let him just roam there. This one tree, right behind me, directly behind, I'm gonna learn, right directly behind me, it's a dead tree, it died. So we want to leave those two big sticks right there, two big parts of the tree, and we're going to put some shelving on it and stuff so he can yes, Jennifer, of course. It's just like the guy was awesome. Like, look, it's the guy was awesome. He always paid on time, and you know, he kind of, I don't know, with the amount of things that were destroyed here, maybe that's why he never actually reported any difficulties with you know, plumbing or some. Papa Cat, he comes down here, up here, I should say, right? Not we're up north now. So he used to come here. If anything, he would have fixed it. So, but everything was just done without our knowledge, and literally, partially, of course, our fault. And I was bugging Papa Cat throughout the last 4 years to, you got to stop by there. You have the right, notify, give 48 hours, give a week notice, you know, but you should stop by and take a look what's going with the property, right? He didn't, and this is what's happening. So my question is, what do you think? So Papa Cat wants to make that fence with the tin, which is fine as far as as you know, we're private people. We do like privacy. We do want to make sure that Nine, and especially Chucky, who is totally capable of escaping, won't escape, right? So, but tin, I'm afraid, is going to create it's going to be very hot in there on hot days. Plus, if there's hail, if there is rain, it's going to be very noisy. I just those kind of thoughts come to my mind. What I want is also the complete enclosure, but made with wood, like, you know, and I want to stain them, honey stain kind of thing, and it's about 8 feet tall. And then on top of the enclosure, you see there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see well, but here is right there, there's kind of like at an angle, you can see the piece of wood there. So that's actually was made to protect the cats from climbing up and then getting over the fence. So of course it's all broken right there. It's you can see it right here. So it's all broken, but then I won't trust Nine or Chuck with that type of netting, because they can get over that no problem. So, and that's the whole idea, and then angle it up so they can get out. But so Papa Cat wants 10, and I do want wood. And so we have that old lettuce on top of it. That's going to be gone. The enclosure is going to go up to 8 feet. Right now it's roughly 6, I think, and yeah, and about a foot of lettuce, so some 5 and then foot of lettuce, so altogether 6. I want it. There you go, the beauty, right? The beaut. We pressure washed it when we moved in. We pressure washed it, but still doesn't. It's not really the solution. I was kind of hoping that at least that we'll have some sort of enclosure, because Nine, he is going absolutely crazy. Nine cannot stand. He is not a completely 100% indoors cat, so he really does need to get out. So any ideas, any suggestions? What would you do yourself? Would you put lettuce? Would you put would you put wood? Would you put tin? Like, what would you do? We were kind of like, you know, we don't like arguing with Papa Cat. You know, we've gone through so much, so kind of arguing would just definitely is not what we need right now. So what would be your suggestions? Let's for wood, Jennifer. Okay, good. So Zoe is good also. Thank you. So see, at least 2 people already say wood, because you know, when we've done all this beautifying, because it's been like tons of work ever since we moved here. This is why I wasn't really you know, coming up or anything like that, because it's been work. First 3 days, it was absolutely just cleaning. I did prepare a little video for you, follow up of this move, how the cats were in the vehicles and how they, their very first time when we let them out of the carriers in the house. I do have that video for you. I just need to put the sound on it, and it will give you an idea that there's just so much to be done. And the first 3 days we basically spent cleaning the place, make it somewhat kind of livable, at least in the main areas such as kitchen and bathroom, one of the bathrooms there, right? Because the second one had to be fixed. Now it's fixed. Papa Cat is a very handy man. So but that, and then I immediately, because the weather was so nice, we had to plant the trees. Once I start planting the trees, I'm looking at the front of that yard, oh my god, I say I'm not going to live like a, sorry, pardon my language, hillbilly. So we did put the fencing around the front yard. We planted the trees. I planted already some flowers. We pressure washed the whole house. We pressure washed the wooden parts. We bought the stain today, so I'm going to totally change the color. I am making videos of that. And metal on top, and wood or lettuce once at the bottom. On the bottom, actually it's a like I don't want lettuce because we want to really we want it private. What we're thinking about, though, to allow at least some sort of visibility on each sides, we were at Home Depot the other day, and they have those neat fences. They look kind of like shutters, they're like wooden planks, like it's a solid fence, but the portion of it can open up. So if you do need to, because there's a ton of deer here, as I said, there's cougars here, literally right, we kind of live pretty much all year long campground. That's what the feel is here, right? Because it's just so wild. And so what we were thinking is to go with wood. I think I convinced Papa Cat. Now I'm gonna metal is more durable, that is correct, but the problem with that is there's only 2 types of tin you can actually buy here that can go on the fence. One will be that shiny, like, shiny. No, I don't want the shiny. I don't want to live in the rocket surrounded by, as I'm just about to take off, some sort of Sputnik, right? So we will need to buy painted tin, the one that's galvanized painted tin. It has to be factory galvanized, because painting tin is just useless. One thing, it's very difficult, and it's just not gonna, it has to be factory made. At the factory, we wanted like a dry gray, dry gray, dirty gray, dark gray, but then it will be white on the inside. That's exactly what I'll show you too. Again, I'll go back to that slideshow, and I want to show you how ugly it will look like. So that's why I decided against, there's Sky is still sleeping. I gotta get names of my cats right. So, but I'll show you again in the slideshow here, so you will see, because there will be a slide where you can see the tin inside. So, agreeing with you, absolutely, it will be more durable, but take a look, like, you see there is some white portions, so the one that this is not painted, not treated, so that's what we're gonna ideally is gonna become rusty on the outside. And then you see those white ones there. My hand is getting out of the green screen there. So those white ones, that's what's gonna be inside. I am not so sure if this is what will look good, but yet the solid wood with those shutters on each side, because we're going to also extend it. It's a little bit smaller now, right? It's the whole side of the house. We want to extend it to have because at the front we also managed to have a little park here. You know how the trees and all the greenery is important. That's right, and that's another thing, okay? So with the heavy snow, and the climate here, very short summers, a lot of hail. We've been lucky with this. The siding on the house is quite old, and there was real severe hails here, but it survived it, as opposed to some neighbors' houses which were newer, with the newer siding. So, and I'm just afraid with that hail and everything, with that tin all over, and I think it's much easier to repair a wood fence and cheaper than actually repair the tin fence. That's another thing. But and Jennifer, I just missed it. The wood is also better for the value of the home. That's right. Once I'm really ready to show what we've done here, you will see that the house, it's a bungalow. We've got the built basement, but it looks like a bungalow. Like I said, it looks like a cabin, all right? So it's kind of shaped like this, and it's surrounded by those tall trees and everything. So it's kind of makes more sense to keep it that way. The metal, maybe the metal on the top, you know, like the overhang could be metal, but because, you know, you're not really going to see much of it. What's the matter now? Okay. I don't know what happened there, but nice that connection today is just horrible. Connection is just horrible. I don't know what's going on.